And welcome to What in the Shibal.
I guess we're doing it different today with Susie and Ed. We're just two Asian Americans talking shit about shit. Don't worry, Ed, I got this.
Wait, do I normally say Susie and Ed?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I got so caught up in trying to be different that I fooled myself. Good times.
Are we keeping that?
Yes, it's our 20th episode.
Yeah, so, wait, it's doing it with a bang.
Yeah, where I was like, we're going to do something special. And by special,
that felt special.
Forgot.
Hi,
How was your weekend?
Hi, Ed. How was your week? I did it.
It was good. It was good. So last week we talked about that video that I made for NWA.
Yeah.
And so this week, that artist called me and he stated that one of his friends, artist friends, saw the video.
Yeah.
And wanted me to make a video for them. So this friend is Mr. Brainwash, if you know who he is. He's like a really famous artist. He did that movie documentary Through the Gift Shop Window.
Okay.
And it was based on how he became an artist. So this guy basically started his artist career by like chasing down and finding Banksy.
Oh, cool.
And then like from there built his career, and he had a meteoric rise. He has like over 1 million followers on Instagram. He has his own museum now in Beverly Hills. It's like one of those like immersive things, like the
Van Gogh thing.
Yeah, the Van Gogh thing, the Cupcake Museum or whatever that was.
I feel like those
Ice Cream Museum.
I was gonna say, like, those are very separate things. It's not a Van Gogh Cupcake Museum.
No. Like, but those like interactive, like, larger than life art things.
Like the Barbie one in Santa Monica right now.
Yes. So I went there the other day to film it, and then he goes on to then show me, and he was showing it to me, and I remember the whole time being like, I should be filming this, but like I froze up because I was like too nervous to do it. But he showed me that he texted Dr. Dre the video that I made.
Way.
Yeah, and Dr. Dre literally responded, and like he showed me the text, and I was like, this is the greatest moment of my life. Yeah.
Cool.
Ron got like footage of me talking to him, but like we didn't get the footage of him talking about it and showing me the text. I really wanted to get footage of the text. And I think Mr. Brainwash is like such a nice, friendly guy that
he was just like, let me just text Dr. Dre real quick. Like just.
Well, because it was his wall. He owns the wall that the mural is on. Yeah. He's like friends with Dr. Dre, so he just like texted it to him, like not even DM.
Yeah,
like he has his phone number and texted it.
Yeah.
And he's such a nice guy that I'm pretty sure if I'd asked him to redo it, he would have for film. But like, you should have seen me. I literally sweated through my shirt.
In our shot era.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
But like, you should have seen it. It made me so anxious, the whole ordeal. Like even the attention from like Dr. Dre and stuff. I literally started instantly dripping sweat, and I just like instantly sweated through my shirt. So I was just like, I just want to fade away into nothingness right now.
No, I think that's great. I think you should reach out. I think you should do a whole video about it.
I am. I'm going to do a video about it today.
Screenshot the text.
No, I don't even need it. I saw it. It's real, but I'm going to make a video about it today because it's just like, I don't want to forget. That was crazy.
Commemorate that. Celebrate. Crazy. That's so cool. Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, other than that, we're going to the Joyride screening today.
Finally,
we were supposed to go to the red carpet premiere, but a lot of stuff happened and it just kind of fell through. It just
didn't work out for me. It wasn't meant to be. You know what?
For me either.
Meant to be.
Yeah. I even went and still didn't get to go.
Because
long story.
I had been planning my daughter's 9th birthday party literally for months. We've been planning this birthday because she just wanted to go big this year. And I was like, let's just like her last few birthdays because of quarantine and like, COVID and all that stuff. We couldn't have like big birthday parties.
Yeah.
So I've been planning this one. This is her 9th birthday. So it's the last single digit.
Yeah.
And because of that, I wanted to do something big. But up to this point, on the side, I was like, oh, the Joyride's coming out. The what is it you call it? When opening is like in July sometime. The premiere.
Yeah.
No, well, so like, it releases in July.
Oh, the release date.
So I knew that the premiere was going to be before that. So I was like, it's going to be somewhere around there. I don't know when it's going to be. And I reach out to people and then
for months. Susie, since like the first trailer dropped, like 2-3 months ago,
I was
Susie's
like, we
been
gotta
like,
go.
and we have to go to this
premiere.
Yeah.
I want to be there so bad, and I have connections with people like at Lionsgate and stuff, and like it could have happened. And then you tell me, like, oh, I found out about the premiere. It's in June. It's going to be on the 26th, and I was like, no, please God, any day but the 20th. What? Literally the one day I have a commitment that I cannot break, because the thought of telling my daughter,
we joked about breaking it with her there.
Hey, honey, listen, Daddy's going to take over the birthday party because Mommy's going to the movies. She would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so I couldn't go. But side note, the birthday party was amazing. We had the best time. Like, she is the best friends, and we had Korean food, and they were so adventurous, and it was so wonderful.
Wait, so what did you guys do?
So we did like a staycation thing where we like got a hotel room, because the kids have all had the same birthdays because we've had to keep them so small. So it was like nothing special. So I was like, let's do something special. So I got a hotel room for a night, and we like went swimming, went to Korean food, and we went back to the hotel. We watched Mean Girls, and we ate popcorn, and we just had like gossip, and we talked about life and all that stuff. And it was the best time. It was so wonderful. And honestly, worth missing the premiere. Like, I'm bummed or whatever, but like,
we're going to go see it still tonight before it comes out.
I know, but
I know.
I wanted,
I know.
I wanted to see the cast, and I wanted to,
Yeah, I really thought I was gonna like leave there with like Stephanie Hsu as like my BFF. Just I'm delusional.
Be in the environment, and I know tonight will probably be awesome as well.
Yeah.
But I just to be in the environment with so many like Asian American like creatives and stuff, and I'm sure tonight will be, like I said, I don't really even know what to expect tonight because you got the tickets.
Yeah, I've never been to a screening, so I don't know.
It's probably just going to be us watching the movie, and it's going to be fine. It'll be great. And to be able to see it before everybody else makes me feel special anyway. But it is what it is. Life has
I haven't been to the theater in like
that must be
4 years.
A long time.
It's been a long time.
When was the last time I went? Hey, Ron. Thanks.
Let there be light. We really just want to sing, don't we? It just keeps happening. Karaoke
Maybe a
coming
future
soon.
episode. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my week. I'm still exhausted from it. Like, it was so much fun, but it was like go the whole time.
And you guys got to eat sundubu and kimchi pancakes like the girls wanted?
Everything. They got to eat everything. They were so. I have a video.
I saw that video yesterday. I was like,
they're so sweet. They're so cute. And at the risk of crying about it again, I'm not going to, but just they're so accepting and they're so excited about it. It's just such a different world. Like, these kids are like, oh yeah, I love Korean food. And I've heard about this food before and I've never tried it. And there was no like trepidation about trying it. There was no like, ew, like the whole fish came and they were like, cool. The kimchi came. They're like, what's that? And they were eating stuff before I could even tell them what it was. And I was like, that's raw oysters. That is raw clams. They're like, cool, delicious. I was like,
okay.
There's no like, ew, that's so gross.
They're
Nothing
9, like
They're
8, 9 years old.
They are so far beyond like I ever was at that age. Probably up until I was like, well into my 20s. They're so ready to like try new things. And there was no like, ew, that's so icky. That's disgusting. That's gross. None of it.
It's like such a weird time to be alive. I saw this video yesterday where this Chinese creator, she was talking about how people, like, she literally stated that when she wears makeup out in public, people assume that she's either Japanese or Korean.
I saw that video.
And when she doesn't have makeup on, that's when people assume that she's Chinese. And she was talking about the beauty standards and like the slight fetishization of like Koreans and Japanese because of popular cultures and stuff. And I remember, of course, I felt for her and I was like, that's fucked up. But I just also remember having this thought of being like, what a crazy time to be alive. Because when I was a kid, we were all Chinese.
Everybody was Chinese.
You were Chinese. You know what I mean?
No
so like, never in my life did I ever think it could even be a goal or anything to even be like one day.
Right.
Yeah. Like it's going to change and everyone's going to think you're Korean. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but I don't know if somebody said, go back to Korea, I'd feel better about it.
No. Not that, like, right. Not that it's like great that it's like, oh, great. No,
I
not.
know what you mean.
Yeah. Not in that ignorance way, but like, it's just like, it's just a wild.
That we've just become part of just like the vernacular.
Yeah.
Our culture has been part of, it's now just woven in. I get it. I know. I know.
Like
totally.
even Netflix released some data last week that stated that worldwide, 67 or something % of their viewers have watched Korean content on Netflix.
Really?
I'm assuming that counts Squid Games.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
That probably
but still
bumped it up. But still, the people who are watching Squid Games is
that's crazy.
I've never seen it.
Billions of I know. There's billions of people around the world. So like at least 1 billion people have seen
crazy.
Korean content.
That's so cool. That's awesome. I mean, I think that's great. So to then, wrap that up with Joyride tonight, I'm really excited.
I really am excited. Yeah. I just because I feel like
Korean in that cast though.
Yeah,
not that it matters.
No. So Stephanie Shu's, I think like the primary star.
Yeah.
And then her co-star is
right, the one that's the adoptee, right?
Yeah.
I think yeah.
Is Ashley Park from Beef.
Oh right.
Yeah. She was
wife, then the girlfriend.
She was she was the sister of the boyfriend
right.
to the rich white lady, and then she then like stepped her own brother aside and became the girlfriend, and then ended up without giving anything away. Yeah,
that was gnarly.
But that was her. So
Got it.
They're all they're all just
it.
having such a come up, and it's
love it.
I really think that this movie is going to be one of those movies where the comedy and everything propels it beyond just the Asian audience.
Of course. And I think that's the beauty of it. And to see, I know that in the movie that all the women are all just like Asian American women, right? So there's no, and I think that is something that I think a lot of people have yet to really see and experience. Maybe Beef did it to maybe a lesser extent. Well, no, to the same extent, where the characters are just existing characters.
Yes.
Their whole identity. Although this movie does center around, from what I know, going to China and finding somebody's birth parents. I think that's the I don't know
somewhere in Asia to go find the Ashley Park's birth parents.
Right.
Because it's like that one funny scene in the trailer, right, where they're like having this like she's like Ashley Park's like having this white moment with her white adopted parents, and then Stephanie Shu's sitting there with her Chinese parents, and she just looks at her parents. She's like, white people.
I love it. That because the opening scene, or one of the only scenes I've seen is when they're like, it's a flashback when they're little kids. And then the guy says, no ching chongs on the merry-go-round or whatever, and she's like, fuck you.
Him in the face.
Please, can we show it? Can we show it in the, because that to me, I feel like I came alive. I feel like every cell in my body in that moment, in that one clip, I was like, that is exactly the embodiment of who I was as a little girl. That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
I wasn't a girl, but yes, yeah.
Same. I was like, but that
like
was me.
as an Asian child at the time when we were all looked as to be docile and like, straight age students. And even if we were, I still was like, I'm not a fucking stereotype. And I like really heavily leaned into being like type A. And like,
I cannot tell you how many schoolyard fights I got into. So many. I remember like very vividly, like I could rattle off the situations in all of them, but like I digress, but like I was like that kid.
Yeah.
Fuck you. What did you just fucking call me? Like, and I think obviously that carried over into my adulthood, and some days I'm more that way than not, but
yeah. Some of us weren't naturally that way, but then learned to be as a kid or somewhere along the way. And that was definitely me.
And then that's why even today I get so triggered by those things when I see them online. Like when people imitate the Asian accent, or when people, say, speak English, you're in America. Like those things, they obviously have very much shaped who I am as a person. Like I just have so little to no tolerance for that. Even when it's like, well, I didn't mean it that way. Or like, I didn't have I didn't have bad intention. I don't care.
Right.
I don't give a fucking shit.
Yeah, there's just like, and like people who don't understand microaggressions and some of those like underlying racism that's like maybe not so overtly outright.
Sure.
And they don't understand the impact that those small microaggressions are almost worse.
I think they are.
Than the overly out stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's the stuff that like slowly normalizes things.
Of course.
Like I know recently we made videos about Tiki Tiki Tembo.
Oof.
Like, I don't want to get too deep into it, but like every time when I saw that video of that comedian talking about it, I was like, oh man, yeah, Tiki Tiki Tembo. Like, thank God that's not a thing anymore. I started doing research, and it's in the video. It's going to be in the video that I'm about to make today, but which will be out, I guess, by the time this podcast drops. But I found footage of like school kids doing a Tiki Tiki Tembo play as recently as like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. This book is not It's not banned. People still, it's in circulation. People are still reading it.
It's not even just in circulation. It's like widely acclaimed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really want to start some movement to get that book banned. I want that fucking book banned.
Just the way that it's written. And if you go online and you search Tiki Tiki Tembo, there is somebody who's reading it like out loud. Like, a lot of people do that in the most racist, stereotypical,
I didn't see that.
accent. I saw it and I was like, I can't stomach this. What the fuck? Like, I'm not going to recreate it, but like, you can imagine what it sounds like. Oh, it's like that, long, and it's just like, I can't. It's so grating on my ears. It makes me sick.
One kids play that I saw, they were all wearing black wigs.
Oh my God.
And then the one, they weren't wearing any wigs. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit better. But then I was like, oh, wait, but do I see rice field hats? Like those straw hats? I was like, oh, I sure do. And I was like, in both the places, I was like, they look like they're wearing kimonos?
Yep.
Kimonos in...
A Japanese kimono for a Chinese story about something that was...
But that Chinese story was originally Japanese to begin with anyway. So like, what the fuck is happening? So like, everything about that book needs to be banned. Not because it's like, Tiki Tiki Tembo is so offensive. No, that's it partially. But it was literally written in a way where they were like, Asians are a monolith. Who cares if it's Japanese, Chinese? Like Asians, like they're not us. You know what I mean? So it's like that alone. But then like this like cultural tradition of like that was made up.
Made it up. Even the way that it sounds. The comedian says in her video, like, Tiki Tiki Tembo, like that doesn't sound Chinese at all.
And he doesn't even sound Japanese
at all
either. Yeah.
Doesn't sound Korean, doesn't sound, and somebody wrote in the comments of that video that I made, they're like, why couldn't she have just made it like a place that doesn't actually exist? And like a mythical place or like a land far, far away in a galaxy that whatever.
Yeah, Narnina na. I try to make up a name.
Yes, there. Narninanama. Under the sea. Wherever. It could have been anywhere. It could have been in outer space or like,
unicorn land. Yeah, something.
Wherever.
A family of unicorns have this crazy tradition.
But instead, let me just, I don't even know.
Ding-a-ding-a-ding-ding-ding. Like literally.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
Yeah.
God, I hate that so much.
I hate that so much.
And I'm constantly, and I don't know, again, maybe
orientalized.
It's just the way that people see me on TikTok or whatever, but I get tagged in so many videos every single day of people doing the nail salon thing, people speaking in a fake accent, people, pretending to speak in, an Asian language, whatever. And it's like, hello, what the fuck? It is 2023. How is this still a thing? And not just like a thing, like it's like genres of things. Like I saw somebody did a video. It is #Asian accent. Like what? What are you doing? Why is that a hashtag for you? Why do you want to be found under that fucking hashtag?
Not only that, but like, what is a white person accent? There's so many, right?
Well, but yeah,
but
we've talked about this before. Even if you do a white accent or non-Asian accent, it still doesn't have the same.
No, I'm not saying that it has the same thing, but even just from the stance of like trying to monolithicize whatever the word is.
Monolithize?
Monolithize?
We're having trouble with words today. Monolithalize.
Monolithalization.
Monolithalization? Oh my God.
Monolithiness.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yes. But how?
But like, right. Even then, if you were trying to do that, white people would be like, we have so many accents.
Right.
Like, right.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Valley Girl, Southern,
right.
like their New York accent, British, whatever.
Boomhauer from King of the Hill. Like,
who?
Boomhauer, talk like this. I
don't know what that is. I don't want to know what
I'm going to
is.
show you after. It's hilarious.
But right. But, and then that's like one of the themes in the comments. It's like, well, people use British accents all the time and you don't see us getting mad. It's like, oh, fuck you.
Right.
I really, if it wasn't for like community guidelines violations, I just want to sometimes just say, how about you go fuck yourself? Yeah. I have a better idea. Instead of asking me questions, you should just go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's not the fucking same. Stop it. It's not the fucking same. I'm so sick of people pretending like it is.
I sometimes want to put the middle finger emoji the spinning emoji, and then the peach emoji to be like, sit on it and fucking spin, you asshole.
I can't put a peach emoji. I can't even do a vomiting emoji without getting a community guideline violation.
Damn,
they're
that's
so
crazy.
strict with me. It's
They
so
are.
weird. But there, like people who want to draw this like comparison that's just like so not comparable. It's not comparable. I mean, like every single, British person in movies and television or whatever are like geniuses or like professors
Or
like
a queen.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like royalty.
Like it's the same thing. And we don't get offended. It's not the same thing because I promise you, no person has ever walked up to a white person and been like, top of the morning to you. What do they even say? Is
Good
that
night.
Irish?
I guess maybe if
That's
you're like
Australian.
Australian or something.
Bonjour or
Cheerio. Cheerio. Good day. Oh.
and have it had the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's never, it doesn't happen like that.
No.
And even if it did, it's 1 in how many million versus every single Asian person who's had that experience happen to them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like
it's not the same.
Only time a white person having an Asian accent is okay is like in that one instance of that. I mean, it's not just the one instance, but the one that was on social media was that one of that white guy who grew up in like Shanghai.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
Yeah. And like when he speaks English like Chinese, like, oh, what are you doing? Why? You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, yeah, he talks like that. And like, but that's because he's not imitating an accent.
Right.
Regionally, he grew up there.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean?
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
And another thing that people say all the time is, well, what about Asian people who mock their parents? Like, that's different too. That is different. There's a difference between, kind of like trauma bonding or talking about things that are actually your own experiences. Or they'll say, yeah, but like, what's that one guy? Russell Peters. I think he's Indian. He does accents too. Or Joe Coy, who will do like a variety of Asian accents. There's a difference, in my opinion. And obviously there is a lot of nuance to this. So I'm not speaking just in like one, there is nuance to it. But there's a difference between punching up and punching laterally, right? Like I think there is a difference because when Joe Coy makes fun of, quote, or whatever, imitates a Korean accent, it is because he has also had this very similar experience.
Right.
So he can speak from a point of view where that experience is shared. So it's different than when let's just say a white person does it. It's different. You don't understand what that experience feels like. So when you say it from a point that has absolutely no point of reference other than to mock and make fun.
Yeah, there's like none of these are like black and white, right?
Not.
Like, but there are so many other factors. Like, for instance, like not that Joe Coy doesn't have his own problems, you know,
he does.
But majority of his audience are Asian and Filipino.
Right.
So when he does it, he's not making fun of his mom per se. He's literally bonding and having a shared experience of trauma or whatever anxiety that you had with your parents having that accent to that audience.
Right. In joke form.
Right.
Right.
Unlike someone like Anjelah Johnson,
God,
when she did that goddamn fucking bit that just won't die.
It won't die. It will not die.
It won't die. Like when she did that was to a majority non-Asian audience. Like,
and the majority of people who do it now are also not
like,
Asian.
The best way I can think about it is like, and anyone who has family and siblings knows this. It's one thing for you to tell your sibling that you're a dumb bitch.
Right.
It's another for someone else to say it.
I have 2 sisters that I have called dumb bitches to their fucking faces 100 times. But somebody says that my sister's a dumb bitch to me, you're on the fucking floor.
Right.
And I am on top of you punching you in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Don't call my dumb bitch of a sister a dumb fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Don't ever fucking do it.
No.
It's the same thing. Same fucking thing.
Right.
And there's a difference. And so when people say like, well, it's just a joke. Anjelah Johnson did it. It's from 10 years ago. So what?
Right.
Yeah, but it's a comedy bit. It was her comedy bit 12 years ago. It's still a problem for me. I hated it and nothing has changed. None of that makes it okay.
What part of how far in history is that okay? Because I'm sure if we go back 100 years, there were probably really inappropriate jokes about slaves.
Sure.
Does that mean like because they laughed about it then that it's okay to laugh?
No, absolutely not. And like but then on the flip side of that, there are comedians that do it like Uncle Roger or even that girl Yolene. When they do it, it really bothers me. There's something about it that really bothers me that is different.
What about the real Indian dad?
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy that's never on camera and it's always his wife. Like it started off with like her playing the piano, I think.
Oh, I think that's his daughter. Now that you're
No,
saying
no,
it.
no. That's her husband. They pretend like it's her dad, but it's really her husband.
Oh,
and he's never on screen. And every time he's on screen, he has that emoji on him, that Apple emoji of himself. But like he talks in a very Indian accent.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There's like no hard line of if this is it, this is bad. If this is it, it's okay.
Right. And then
because like Uncle Roger bothers me to my core.
I can't watch him
because he doesn't just because that's the thing, and that's what I mean. It's not just like there's not a line that you draw and cross or stay in between, but Uncle Roger like makes fun of it almost when he like, you know what I mean? It's almost like this like exaggerated,
right?
It's like a meme of himself or something. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what it is, but
no, that's exactly it. He exaggerates it.
If the accent is your whole shtick.
Right. Well, that's the thing again, right? So then it begs the question in comedy, when somebody is trying to tell a joke and uses the Asian accent, like in Anjelah Johnson's thing, right? Like her whole thing was like, oh, they're trying to like upsell you. Is that the joke? Like there's upselling in every business. So that's the joke. No, the joke is you think it's funny to mock an Asian accent.
Right.
There is no joke in that story.
The accent is the joke. Like, oh, I don't understand what they're saying. Like, that's the joke.
Right. Exactly. And so then what ends up happening is that because now Anjelah Johnson, so the joke now, so the trajectory is this. Anjelah Johnson made that joke over a decade ago. People still use it. They reference it. They make videos about it. And then I made a video recently where this woman has taken it so far that now she prank calls nail salons with that accent and basically mocks them, you know, unknowingly. They have no idea what she's doing. They can't understand what she's saying. And she does it to their faces.
I couldn't even understand what she was saying.
I know,
that was like the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
Like, I was like, you're making fun of people with that accent, your Southern accent that I can't barely understand what you're saying. And you're making fun of people for not being able to be understood. That's fucking crazy to me. Then she goes so far as to actually go to a nail salon and film an unwitting nail tech, and does the voiceover of that Anjelah Johnson sound. And it's like, this is the problem, is that people have a really hard time monitoring themselves and, you know, drawing the line of what is funny, what's a joke, and then it starts going out into the real world. That's why these jokes are often never just jokes. They become reality for other people. That's the fucking problem.
Right.
You know, you're wasting people's times. You're exploiting them. You're putting them online when they don't want to be.
Also,
or don't
like,
even know.
If you can't connect the dots between those type of microaggressions and the state of Asian Americans and violence in America right now,
then you're not trying.
Then I don't know if you're not even trying. I just don't think you have the intellectual depth to understand that 1 + 1 + 1 = 3.
Right.
I think you have to be one of those people who are like 1 + 1 is 2 + 1. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're fucking dumb.
Ed's mad again.
I mean, like, let's be real though. Ignorance is what? The lack of knowledge, right?
Yeah, but the difference is though, is it with them, it's people who do that, who are like made aware of it, it is a choice.
It is a choice.
Right?
At some point.
It's not just
because when someone tells you something.
Saying that it's just because they're dumb, I think makes it not their fault.
It's inexcusable.
It's an excuse. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have the intellect to no, you do. You've just made an active choice to not. That's the problem. You have made a choice, which makes it so much fucking worse and far more insidious. You have been made aware.
Yeah, true.
People have told you what the fucking problem is. We can tell you why it's not funny, and you still do it because you think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But I just want to clarify. I did say if you can't see the connection between the microaggression jokes and then the violence, you're dumb. But yes, I do understand what you mean. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because like, you're right. Once someone tells you like, hey, this is offensive, this is racist.
Right.
You're no longer ignorant.
Right.
You're choosing to be ignorant.
Right.
Because remember, the root word of ignorance is ignore.
Right.
Which doesn't necessarily mean that you don't know. At some point, you chose to ignore it.
Right. Exactly. And a lot of people will say to me like, well, you know, you're calling them out and you're making them, you know, and they victimize them because I've drawn attention to what they're doing. It's like, listen, if they are they've chosen to put themselves online. They've chosen to exploit these people. They've chosen to take time out of their days to make this non-funny joke. Well, I've chosen to talk to them about it. And they didn't take the well, why didn't you send them a DM? Why didn't you make it? Well, they didn't fucking make it private. Why the fuck should I?
Yeah, do we say the same thing to news and media when they're like, oh, this person is a child molester and then they get killed in jail?
Why didn't you just send them a... No.
Yeah, is it the media's fault? No, that person shouldn't have been a fucking child molester. You shouldn't be fucking racist. Like, what the fuck?
Right. And the problem is people don't see that it's racist. They're like, it's not racist. It's a joke. It's like, it can be both. These things are not mutually exclusive.
Right.
It is a racist joke.
Right.
Like,
just like a lot of people are like, I'm not bullying. It's a joke. It's like, right.
Right.
But when you're making fun of someone at their expense and they don't feel comfortable, it's a joke to you, but it's a bullying as well.
Right. Exactly. These can all exist and are simultaneously existing.
But like, just to go back, like if you only think that things can be one thing at a time, just argue your intellectual depth is very shallow.
And people will say things like, well, I think it's funny. Okay, of course you do.
Cool.
Because you are then...
Because I would laugh if someone punched you in the face right now, but you wouldn't like it.
If you think it's funny, that's okay. You can think that it's funny. But then now I, based on your opinion, have now formed an opinion. And you are either one of or a combination of many things.
Yeah.
Emotionally stunted, ignorant, you have a shit sense of humor. You've peaked in high school. You don't know anyone outside of your own types of people.
And like we've been saying, you could be all of those things.
Yeah, or just one, or all of them at once.
All of them.
Simultaneous. I'm going to make that video today.
You could have peaked in high school, be intellectually,
stunted.
Yeah,
and have never read a book.
Yeah.
And have also don't watch anything outside of, I don't know, cartoons. Whatever.
Right.
I mean, cartoons, it should, at the very least, show you people outside of yourselves. You are choosing to be ignorant. That's fine. Make that choice. I have chosen to highlight to you how ignorant you are.
Yeah.
Here it is. Let me just wrap it up in a bow. These are the reasons. These are the things that I think of you based on your ignorant opinion.
Yeah. And just because you feel so emboldened to say stuff like this publicly, I'm also going to maybe then choose to then make sure that everyone in your life knows that you say this shit when they aren't watching.
And oh my God, Sujia, you're so mean. Okay. Fuck you too. Okay. Guess why I'm mean?
Well, it's not even mean. You're just matching their energy. And it's just another racist trope where you highlight people of color to look like the angry person of color, or women even. You know what I mean? Women get painted to look like this angry, overreacting bitch.
If I talk in a voice anything other than this, oh my God, you're so angry. Why are you so hurt? You're so damaged. You're so mean. Okay.
Yeah. People are always like, whoa, stop yelling. I'm like, I'm literally calm.
Talking.
This is my volume of my voice all the time.
I could be talking in a video and like laughing and be like, look, I get it. Why are you so angry? Why are you crying? I'm like, have you ever seen anybody cry?
Yeah, it's a way to dehumanize.
Do you know what crying is? Have you ever seen crying before? Because this is not it. I've cried. I cry.
It's like when
people
come to the page and to my page and they're like, oh my God, you're bitching. It's like, I'm sorry. Does the lack of self-awareness just not blow your mind?
Right.
I'm calling out an injustice.
Right. You're bitching. Bitch.
Yeah, like what the fuck is happening?
Oh, I feel so liberated right now to just be able to say something.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, when I sweat, I'm like, I think it's the toxins coming out of my body.
I couldn't agree more. Ugh.
Oh my God. But like, I really wish that Anjelah Johnson thing would die. I've literally seen videos where like, I saw this one video where I forget if it was the dad or the mom, but they're doing it with their like 6-year-old child.
I know. I see moms and daughters recreate this scene. Just look up the hashtag. Just look up Anjelah Johnson. Just look up nail tech or whatever. You will see it. If you go to that sound, click to that sound. So many like mommy bloggers and their kids. It's like, why do you not? No. Why are you choosing to ignore what a fucking problem this is? I don't know if Anjelah Johnson has ever spoken up about it. And people are like, oh, you're going after these people. Why don't you go after Anjelah Johnson? I've spoken up about Anjelah Johnson. It was very, very early on, but I have many times. And I'm not afraid to say her name. You're afraid of her. What?
She's literally a nobody.
Anjelah Johnson. If you see this video, I'm going to please tag her in this clip. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Come on the podcast. I want to talk to you about your clip. I want to know how you feel about it. I think she just had a baby. I want to talk to you about it. Now we can talk about it, mother to mother, how you feel about it now.
It'll be a very calm.
I promise. Look, she's a comedian, right?
It'll be a very calm.
I'm not going to be fucking calm. You know why? Because you're a comedian. It's just a joke.
Yeah.
You should be able to fucking take it.
Yeah. Because then I'm going to start making jokes about your baby.
Stop it.
And
we don't make jokes about babies, Ed.
No, I won't actually, but I'm just saying, like, those are the same things.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like, where is the line?
Right. Where is the line? And maybe now, I don't know. I don't know if she's been a mother before. I don't know if this is her first baby. I really don't know that much about her at all. I just know that I wonder, has her comedy evolved? Because if it has, then it's time for her to say, like, enough with this. Okay. I did this 12 years ago. Now looking back, I wish I hadn't. Although it was probably the thing that put her on the fucking map, which is why if she hasn't renounced it, she probably will never.
I wish I was like a tech guru so I could like make a database, connect every single nail salon in the country to this database. And we just upload every person who's ever joked about the Anjelah Johnson thing because they're just all banned. They're all like, you have a wedding? Fuck off.
No nails for you.
Yeah.
Nope. Look, do your
Have
own
fun with those fucking troll ass nails.
Your feet look like that? Wow. Good luck.
He's
not going to marry you.
You want open toe shoes? Never.
Yeah, not anymore. And it's frustrating to me. It's frustrating that people don't want to just connect it. Like you find the lack of empathy is, I don't know, dizzying to me. Like, or maybe it's just my heart attack. My long drawn out heart attack. I don't know. I feel like your unwillingness to even listen to people who are like, look, if you're going to make the joke, here's the thing. If it just stayed a joke, that would be one thing, but it never does. It never has.
Yeah.
It won't ever just stay a joke.
And it's just like, every time I see it and I want to comment, I always want to comment and be like, of course you're from Iowa. Of course you're from Winnipeg. Of course you're from, you know what I mean? Utah. Like Albany, fucking New York. Like,
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Not to stereotype.
Savannah.
That's another thing. Oh, people do Southern accents all the time. Okay. And they're like, and they degrade us. Also bad. I don't think it's nice. Also, Southern is not a race. Southern is not a race of people. There are Black Southern people. There are Asian Southern people who have Southern accents. It is not a race of people.
Yeah, actually, I was going to make a video about this on TikTok, and I probably will have to do it soon now. But when I was younger, when I was in public sometimes, like in high school, I used to walk around with a British accent. Because remember, I was in Philly, and like I used to purposely do it because like when people would turn around, they would be like baffled. You know what I mean? And I think I did it to like push the norm. I think I was mainly doing it at the time just to be like a fucking dick, like confuse people and thought it was hilarious. But in reality, if you really dig into that, it's from trauma, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like you want to mind bend people from being like, yeah, you think you know stuff. In reality, you're just an ignorant shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who's uncultured and hasn't left this fucking city your whole goddamn life. So it's like, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say because like British is not a race.
No, I mean, there are majority white British people, obviously, but there are definitely non-white British people. There's a lot of them, many of whom have, a British accent. So, but, and it's not a small, I mean, it's a minority, but it's not a small minority of people who are non-whites who have British accents.
Right.
But the thing is like, no, I don't even know.
But then you know what's really funny though is that like, for instance, like with the submersible that just sank.
Oh my God, that thing.
Everyone throughout the world feels that it's okay to make fun of them because they were rich people. So they understand this concept of punching upwards.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? But for some reason, all of a sudden we talk about accents.
Right.
And it's the idea of world history where British people try to colonize the whole goddamn world, where people from the South of fucking America try to enslave Black people. Like those things are just immediately forgotten. And just because you're poor, you're like, oh, they're not punching upwards. It's like, no. But your skin color puts you at a higher sociostatic.
I had this like Dutch person come into my comment section like, I'm Dutch. People make fun of my accent all the time. I'm like, I couldn't imitate a Dutch accent if my life
I literally
depended on it.
Can't even.
I don't know what that sounds like. I have no fucking idea. So
I'm thinking of German.
Fuck fucking spare me this. There's this rash of people just making fun of Dutch people.
Right.
Since fucking when?
Also, did they use that accent for centuries to keep the people that look like you and speak like you down, or ban you from the country?
No, or keep you from getting a job?
Or in 2023 on the East Coast, trying to keep biracial marriages illegal again. Like,
Right.
did any of that happen to you?
Because you're Dutch. Literally, a Dutch accent could smack me upside the face, and I couldn't identify it in a lineup. I have no. What does a Dutch accent sound like?
Yeah.
Do I know it?
Clank? Because all I know are Dutch ovens.
What do they sound like?
German.
German?
Amish people sound German.
Dutch.
But
Okay.
Pennsylvania Dutch is different. I don't think they're actually Dutch. I think the majority of them are German.
But even the not even the point. Not even the point. Look, French accents, Italian accents, German accents. These accents, maybe less so German, but Italian, French, British, they're all Australian, romanticized. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, he had a British accent. Like, that guy was a fucking idiot, but he had a British accent. So he was still an idiot. He was still a fucking moron. But because he has an accent, all of a sudden he has now been put into a higher echelon of humanity. But like, it should. So when people say like, well, people make fun of, British accents all the time, it's like, it's not the same. Come on. Don't insult my intelligence and tell me it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah. What's that euphemism? Don't diarrhea on me and tell me that it's fucking, just kidding. It's pee and rain. I was trying to be funny, but it didn't go anywhere in my brain as fast as I was hoping it was going to.
I was like, I don't know what you're into, Ed, but
I was like, diarrhea. I was like, and it's brownies. I was like, God damn it.
I don't know why you said that. That was weird. Anyway,
don't joke shame me.
I have to. It's my
kidding.
job.
Yeah, no, I don't know where I was going with that, but
I feel dizzy. That's a heart attack.
I thought it was going to be funny by the time the words came out of my mouth, and then my brain was like, screw it.
I do that shit all the time.
But like, speaking of people who start then taking it too far because they're literally one trick pony of a joke, like, because who's the best example of someone who took it too far
Jennifer
and then took some
Murphy.
funking little thing and they try to make a whole fucking movie out of it.
Right. And so this is something I talked about on TikTok, right? Is that this is what happens. Somebody will make a video from a viral sound or from like an Asian accent or whatever. And it will be like in the case of Jennifer Murphy, one of the only things that makes them feel famous or recognized or acknowledged for.
Right.
And then it evolves. And they run with it and they make more videos about it. And then they keep doing it. And then that eventually starts to like lose popularity. So then they have to double down. So then they have to step it up a little bit. And in doing so, they take it too far. And that's the issue I have is like, people don't know how and when to draw the line and until it starts actually affecting real people. And that's why I have, a huge problem with it. It's like, if you could discern how and when that's a problem, I don't know that I would have as big of a problem with it. The problem is that you don't have the capacity and control and the self-monitoring to not do it. That's why it's a fucking problem. Like that dad who does the Roku. I did a video about a guy who like does this like Roku, like remote control. And, in order to like avoid copyright, these like Chinese companies or whatever, right? Instead of Hulu, right? Hoo-hoo, or like instead of Netflix, it's Netflix or whatever. And so of course he does that with the Chinese accent. And so I made a video and I was like, look, I know that going viral, she is a powerful temptress, that bitch. She lures you in. And once you get a taste of it and it courses through your veins, it is really hard to not chase the dragon from there on. So as a cautionary tale, just know we're watching. I'm listening. I'm paying attention because I know you're going to be like, oh, I haven't gone viral since that one time. I guess I should try it again. I'm going to be on your ass when I see you try it again. You're the father of 4. You should be
Oh my God, he has 4 kids?
Yeah. Dude.
God damn it. There should be some sort of regulation of who gets a procreate.
Right. And that, and it's like, if you're going to do something like this, just know there has been, it's like a formula now. This becomes just your whole personality. And maybe it's because you lacked one and you want to fill that black void where a personality should have been. So this is what you filled it with. Well, that's the problem.
That's what it is. Is that like all the people who find stuff like that funny, that's why I said that thing earlier, but like, of course you're from like Iowa or Idaho or Utah or whatever, because it's like, you clearly have no fucking personality. You know what I mean? And like, people say it all the time, like in the Jennifer Murphy video, like even the ones that I posted, to this day, every once in a while I'll sign on and like in the notifications, like recents, like from minutes ago, I'll see someone be like, I think this is hilarious. And sometimes I literally just respond. I'm like, yeah, of course stupid people usually find stupid things funny. What? Yeah. I don't say that on TikTok because I don't want to get a stripe.
Again, though, I honestly don't have a problem with people not being of the highest intelligence, or it's not even that for me. It's like, you are just choosing to do it. You're smart enough to be able to get on the internet. You're smart enough to be able to watch videos and scroll and search and do all these things. And these are the things that you're choosing to fill your time with, which means that you are actively choosing to stay ignorant. Right. You're actively choosing to oppress others. You're actively choosing to make demeaning and mocking and hurting other communities a joke. These are your choices. That's why I have a problem with it. Like, if you choose that, fine. But don't be mad at what I choose next. Was that daunting? Did it sound daunting?
No. I was thinking.
Don't be mad at what I choose next.
I was thinking about this video that I commented on where this guy, name's like Light Healthy Meals or something like that. He's some, white kid dropped out of college or just graduated college or whatever. And this video came across my feed where it was honey, garlic, chicken, and rice. Okay. And as he's cooking, these are the ingredients: soy sauce, mirin, rice, gochugaru, honey. That's it. But it's honey, garlic, chicken. So in the comments, I was like, not you using 90% Asian ingredients and then calling it honey, garlic, chicken. And then people, of course, all these white ass motherfuckers started like, are you being serious right now? And then I think one of the first response I made was like, hey, Google, explain appropriation. Right. You know what I mean? And then people being like, of course someone's going to be offended. Like, what would you call it? It's like, I would call it what it is. It's fried fucking rice.
Which is so funny because I commented on a video of this white woman who's like, I'm making Korean rice bowls. And it was ginger, garlic, honey, and hoisin sauce. And I was like,
that's not even Korean.
Ma'am. Ma'am, sorry. Hi. You don't know me, but I was very nice about it. I was just like, what about this is Korean? You're using very generic Asian ingredients, ginger, garlic, nothing. And then hoisin sauce, which is like Cantonese, I'm pretty sure. And I think you use it in a lot of Southeast Asian cooking, but not in Korean cooking ever. And it's like, you just were like, Korean food's popular, I'm going to call it Korean. Like, there's nothing Korean about it. Like, what the fuck?
No, in fact, even on that same person's page, I noticed like Korean beef bowls. And like, I've always had it doesn't like ring off crazy bells, but every time I hear like just generic Korean beef, Korean meat, it just like kind of makes me like twitch a little because I'm like, Korean beef, what? Is it bulgogi? Is it like galbichim? Is it like, what the fuck is it? You know what I mean? Is it 닭갈비? Like, what is it, you idiot? You know what I mean? Like, imagine being like American beef. It's like, right. Is it a burger? Is it a steak?
Is it a meatball? Is it a meatloaf?
Right. Like, what the fuck is, like, do you know how stupid you sound? You sound so basic and dumb.
I really have to pee. It's this water. It's really hydrating.
It's the chia seeds
running through me.
So when you put the chia seeds, so Susie's been drinking this water that has chia seeds in it.
Yes.
For hydration. Right before she started, she put the fear of God in me. And she was like, and I know we're taking like the randomest tangent right now, but she was like, you can't eat chia seeds
Don't dry swallow chia seeds. I warned you, so everyone. Don't dry swallow chia seeds.
Don't dry swallow.
So listen. This is a total tangent, and I'm sorry, but this is because I love you, okay?
And we have ADHD.
Chia seeds in water or in like smoothies or in like, yogurt bowls or granola bowls or whatever, they are like non-soluble fiber. So it helps you with fiber. They absorb tons of liquid, so it's really hydrating. They have omega-3, so it's good for your brain. I mean, there's like a lot of really good health benefits
but there's a big but. No, I'm just kidding.
But Are you talking about the dry swallowing part is the butt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it could kill you.
It could kill you dead.
It could kill you dead.
It could kill you. It could kill you, make you dead. It could kill you till you're dead about it. So some people are like, oh, the fastest way to do it, I'll just dry swallow it so I don't have to drink all that water. But the problem is it will absorb the water from your body and then they will start to swell. And they will do so in your esophagus or like, your upper intestine and then work their way up and then choke, death. Don't do it. Don't do it. But eat chia seeds. But
when you said dry swallow just now, it reminded me. So my mom, she used to dry swallow scoops of Tang and soy milk powder.
Why?
Don't know, because my mom is intense.
But the whole point of Tang is the taste. It's not like good for you.
No, I think she liked the taste. And to be honest with you, whatever soy milk powder she used to use, it
powder?
was yeah, it's powder. So is Tang. Tang is the powder.
No, I know, but
So
I
she
thought
would,
you were
like-
saying she would like dry swallow the Tang and then chase it with soy milk.
No.
She would chase powder with powder?
No. She would just down a powder and that was it. Like she wouldn't mix them.
Oh, okay.
Tang she would dry swallow. And then there was this soy milk powder. And the soy milk powder was vanilla. And one day I was just like, you know what?
I gotta
Fuck it.
fucking know. I gotta know.
And I was like, this is actually delicious. Of course, it's like a dry. You don't put like a whole spoonful in. You know what I mean? You're not like.
I feel like I'm choking. I feel like I'm choking.
Like to the point where you're like drown mouthing. But like you just put some powder in there, and it's just like. It's like slightly concentrated, so it's just like boom vanilla flavor, and it wasn't
I know
horrible.
People do that with like protein powder or like their like
same thing.
pre-workouts.
Yeah,
and
same
stuff,
thing.
But they do that just for an efficiency standpoint. I don't think they do it for.
Well, I mean, protein powder isn't delicious.
Right. That's what I meant.
But protein powder isn't like delicious, I would say sometimes. Some are, but the protein makes it like that weird flavor,
So this is what happens at the 50-minute mark every time. 50 minutes or so in is we just start to
That's
talk
not
about-
true. Sometimes we're like an hour and 20 minutes in and we're like blah, 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 blah. And we're like, we should probably end it because Ed's going to be editing this for Dave.
And it's going to take 800 hours to upload to TikTok. I mean, YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the movie.
I'm really excited about the movie. There's like so much anxiety about what to expect.
Why are you so anxious about it?
Because I get really anxious about the unknown all the time.
Well, I mean, I just think of it as we're just going to a movie, right? Am I underthinking it? Now you're giving me anxiety for underthinking.
Welcome to Anxiety Osmosis with Ed.
Welcome, to the weird dynamic of anxiety, non-anxiety, about not having anxiety.
Yeah. So if you become friends with me, there's a good likelihood you'll gain some weight because I talk about food all the time.
Yeah.
And apparently I'll also osmosis you some anxiety.
Yay for me. But wait, why is
Ooh,
it?
are we going to eat before?
Oh, shit.
Are we gonna eat
have
after?
time? We can eat after. I don't know where my children...
What are we going to eat? Oh, yeah, children.
We'll talk about that off camera. Nobody needs to know what my fucking weird circumstances are. Anyway, but yeah, don't be anxious. We're just going to the movies. We're just going to go see a movie and maybe see people we would like to see and watch a fun show.
Or
Oh,
no one's going to be there.
What?
Famous. And it's
Okay.
just going to be a bunch of Asian people who are like, oh my God, it's Susie.
No, I would hate that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Actually, when we...
Well, now I have anxiety. I got instantly sweaty. I hope you're fucking happy. I wasn't even
I
thinking
am
about
happy.
that because I don't think that I'm like recognizable, but I get recognized all the time, which is really weird. But now that you say that, now I'm nervous and now I really have to pee. Wait, that's not going to happen. That's going to happen. That's not going to happen.
People recognize Susie all the time.
Ugh, so dumb.
And I hate it.
Why? Why do you
Because-
hate it?
Because then you draw attention. Because like once they recognize you, there's like a 37.675 chance that they might recognize me. And then if they don't, just in case, Susie would be like, oh, do you also know Ed? And I'll be like, I hate you.
You like it.
I really don't.
Why? Stop it. No one's going to recognize any of us. It'll be fine. It's fine.
I'm going to wear sunglasses and a hat.
Yeah, no, there's nothing inconspicuous about wearing sunglasses and a hat to a fucking movie, Ed. Like, No one's going to notice you then. I was at the gym the other day and this girl was working out in sunglasses. And I was like, maybe she has an eye thing. But she didn't. She just was wearing sunglasses. It was weird. So yeah.
Maybe she had transition lenses and it was glitching.
Talked about it. I talked about it after.
Oh, with her.
We took a class and she was just like, yeah, no, I just wear them. I'm like.
She was just a stranger? Please explain how this conversation went down.
So my gym is not like a gym where it's like you just like go from machine to machine. It's like a class. So every time I go to the gym, I'm taking a class. So you're in a class together with all these other people. And so afterwards, people stretch and they hang out and whatever. And I was like, oh, are you wearing transition? What I think I said, are you wearing transition lenses? And she's like, no, they're just regular sunglasses. And I was like, so it's not like a thing. You're just wearing them because you wanted to look cool, I guess, whatever. But so what I'm saying is,
young?
Yeah, of course. What I'm saying is, if you're trying to wear sunglasses to be inconspicuous where no one else is wearing sunglasses, it does the opposite. But we should already know that.
But
But
on my TikTok, I recently haven't been wearing my glasses. But if I wear my glasses, I might be recognizable as that other TikTok guy that's me, but not me. But people think it's not me, but it's me.
Thanks, Joanne, for putting that in his head.
Maybe if I wear sunglasses, they'll be like, oh, I don't know who this guy is.
No, they'll be like, what's that dork doing wearing sunglasses in this movie?
I have Clark Kent effect, apparently.
I have it. My sister says it all the time. If I'm not wearing my glasses, except it's in reverse. So when I have my glasses on, I'm Superman. When I have my glasses off, I'm Clark Kent. So it's the opposite.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God.
But either way, they don't notice you, which is really funny because growing up, I used to be like, this is the dumbest excuse ever.
People don't recognize you.
People don't recognize it at all.
It's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just go to the movie without my glasses on. What are we talking about?
Sunglasses.
No.
See?
That is ridiculous. Anyway, we'll see you at the movies.
Oh, also, we're going to be going to, well, speaking of which,
yes.
We're also going to 626 Market this weekend.
Is that this weekend?
Yes.
What day?
Michael literally just texted us like seconds ago. Hello, just checking in if we still. Oh, nope, that's not him. That was someone else. Michael texted us last night.
Oh, did they? Oh, I see it. Listen. Okay, this text started at 10:43.
Yeah,
I was a corpse at 10:43.
Sometimes, so what Michael always texts us at late night, I guess that's when he's like winding down. And I'm always like, do I respond now? Because I know Susie's sleeping.
No chance. I'm awake.
But then I'm like, oh, but then I don't want other people to think that like I'm just ignoring them. So I'm like, well, Susie's just going to have to wake up to 7 texts.
Well, and then I wake up and it's like 5:45 and I'm like, well, I can't text them back. They were clearly up very late last night. They're not awake. So then I have to wait. And by the time my day started, I fucking forgot.
Yeah.
So
ADHD is fun.
Text me at no later than 8:30 and you will likely get a response.
I'm not the one who started the text, so.
Well, you can say that to him. Michael,
no.
If you're watching and listening.
People usually know. They're like, oh, I'm assuming Susie's asleep.
I'm old and I'm tired. I'm sleeping. But I'll text you at 5:45 if you guys want. That's when I'm up.
You can't. It won't wake me up.
See? Okay. Well, then it all works out. And on that note, I have to go pee. Like now.
She's peeing.
Oh, wait.
Right.
Wait, so are we going to 626 this weekend? For real?
Yes.
But not like to do like a podcast.
See, that was in the text. September.
Oh, okay. Good. See?
Yeah, so it's going to be far, far in the future. Susie and I are going to be at 626 this weekend. We won't tell you what date, but, go there. It's fun. 626 is a night market of Asian food.
Yes. I'm so excited. I've never been.
Oh, my God. You've never been?
I've never been.
It's delicious.
I can't wait.
It's really delicious. Like Bang Bang Noodles is there. There'll be like chashu buns. Michael, our friend Michael.
Yes.
Food with Michael on TikTok and Instagram.
I love him so much.
He started his own stand this year. He was like the ambassador last year, I think.
Yeah. With a food I've never seen before. These like giant Japanese crackers with seafood in them. I've never seen that.
Yeah. So like usually they put like, I think like octopus or shrimp or squid and shrimp or in there. And like, so they take one shrimp, for instance, and there's this huge flattening griddle. They put some like thin pancake mixture on it. And then they like flatten the shit out of it. So like the squid, the shrimp, whatever's in the middle, like flattens out.
Yeah.
And then you get this like thin, like somewhat crispy, like crepey, umami, salty deliciousness. It's good.
Good.
Yeah. Usually there's like all this sauce on it.
Let's do it.
Really good.
All right. So we'll see you at 626.
Going to be there at 626. And then hopefully in September, we're trying to get the specifics worked out, but in September, we probably will be trying to do a live podcast at 626 in September.
We are so ambitious.
Yeah.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah. There's a part of me that's like, don't talk about it and jinx it. But I'm also like, if I put it out there, then they're like, have to do it.
That it's going to happen.
Oh, I was like tricking them into feeling cornered into saying yes. But yes, same. I wish you guys could see the face that I just saw.
Katie Porter just texted me.
Why does that name sound?
Because she's a politician. But she didn't text me.
Yeah.
I was like, it said like maybe Katie Porter. I was like,
every time Biden's like, I need money. And I'm like, not the guy.
Kamala is like, hey, I'm like, Kamala, not right now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
not the guy.
Thanks for joining us. I have to pee.
Susie really has to pee. So we're going to end the episode. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, thank you for following us, watching us, listening to us, all of it. We do love you guys. Please, follow us on our socials. You can find Susie.
You can find
Susie.
Me at Suji01 on TikTok and Instagram. And you can find...
I am nervous for what our weed episode is going to be like. It might be next week. It should have been today. And you can find me at Etcha Sketch with a J.
Yes.
And you can find us. What is even happening today? I don't know. You can find the podcast at What in the Shibal. If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and ding-a-ling that ring-a-ling. I think you already did that.
I did? Ding.
Ding. I think that was literally your follow-up to the last. Oh,
I'm so sorry for everything.
We're not. You love us.
You know why this happens? I'll tell you. When we talk about something that's kind of like serious, it like makes us like upset. Makes us upset. I have to pee. Okay. And it makes us upset. We do this. This is what happens. We like try to like balance it out by like the silliness kind of has to ensue because we have to just, I don't know.
Yeah. Otherwise, like my brain will just melt.
Yeah. Palate cleanse. Anyway, we love you. We'll see you guys later.
Okay, bye. Why is it the 20th episode and at the end I'm still like, what camera do I look at?
Oh my God, I pissed my pants.
That would have been funny. That would have gone so viral. Yes, it would.